Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is our heartfelt pleasure to be here in such distinguished company and present to you our project, The Edges Apartment. Let me give you a very short introduction of who we are and what we do. My name is Hind Al-Matrouk, and this is my partner, Gijo Paul George, and we are Studio Toggle. Studio Toggle is a very small and very young architecture studio based in Kuwait, with roots in Vienna and Porto. We have been operating in Kuwait since 2012, and The Edges Apartment is one of our very first build projects. Next. These are a few images of our build projects. On the top left corner is an urban installation that we call the Pneumatic Grove. This was an inhabitable artificial landscape created by pumping air through numerous plastic tentacles. And the other two images are the Lantern House, a private villa in Kuwait. Next. We have to admit that in the past days, seeing all these beautiful, amazing presentations, we were getting increasingly jealous of the beautiful and very interesting sites that most of the projects were built on. In Kuwait, we don't have the luxury of lush vegetation, steep slopes, or overarching views. Our site is located in a densely built-up residential area, mostly designated for expats. When you hear about construction in Kuwait, at least some of you might heard that conjure up images of shiny, high-end skyscrapers and rich materials. The reality is both yes and no. The built-up fabric of Kuwait can easily be categorized into two zones, the Kuwaiti zone and the expat zone. The Kuwaiti zone is identified by a single family villas, wide lanes and parks. The expat zone is where developers cut costs and maximize their profits. The dense urban site also faced a very narrow streetscape. The client demanded a very strong street presence on a ridiculously low budget, as well as maximizing the rentable area. The building also had to be ultra low maintenance. Next. So what we did was to go for a very simple move where we offsetted the edges of alternate floors. This subtle intervention translates into a massive street presence, as well as giving the building a unique identity. The issue of a narrow streetscape was addressed by orienting the facade and alternate floors to either side of the street. This low-tech solution proved to be very cost-effective, as well as generating other benefits like play on the shadow of the facade or breaking up the strong wind flow around the building. Next. This is a view of the articulated facade. You can see how simple the move is, as well as how big the impact such a small intervention can impart. So, the original proposal has corner windows, which we believe would have been more appropriate, but was unfortunately vetoed due to the budget restrictions. Cost effectiveness and low maintenance were the key words when it came to choosing the material palette. So we opted for a very understated palette of red bricks paired with rough concrete. The bricks were a very natural choice, considering the cheap local availability, and it's also thermal insulating properties. And it need low maintenance, are quite hardy during the dust storms. Pairing the bricks with concrete helped emphasize the massing, as well as improve the overall texture of the building. These are a few construction details. And you can also spot the planter boxes that were part of the original proposal. This is the plan of the ground floor and the lobby, showing how the edges concept was superimposed on the site as well. Another view of the building. Yeah. Next. This is the lobby with the lighting built into a concrete slab. Another street view, another street view of the lobby. More shots from the back of the building. Thank you.